Hello YouTube. Originally I was going to do a video about the economy in Elite Dangerous today. However, there was some interesting news that came out of Frontier Development, and that is executive producer Michael Brookes is moving on from Elite Dangerous to work on the Frontier Secret Project. Now, we don't know exactly what this project is either, other than in their quarterly statements, they had announced they had acquired the IP rights to a major Hollywood franchise, blockbuster franchise, to produce a video game for that franchise. Speculations abound, from Blade Runner to more likely a basically reskinned Planet Safari to coincide with the next Jurassic Park movie set in the Jurassic Park universe, where you manage a Jurassic Park instead of a zoo, in the Tycoon game similar to Planet Coaster that they released last year. That still leaves a title in here for what they're supposed to be working on this year, but they're supposed to be releasing a new IP this year and another one next year in 2018. Don't know exactly what's happened to that. They should be filing new quarterly numbers and reports here in the next couple of weeks. It'll be interesting to see what comes of that. So what does this mean for Elite Dangerous? Well, this is kind of a move that's on the up and up. I think that Frontier has looked at Michael Brookes' work on Elite Dangerous, and it's been very financially successful for Frontier, whether or not what you think of the game itself. And then moving them on to the next big project, there's nothing really there much to say other than they have great faith and confidence in Michael Brookes as an executive producer. And producers in video games a lot of times act like project managers, directors, things like that in the corporate world, where oftentimes they're the head honcho for an entire project. And when somebody who is like a lead engineer, or in this case a lead designer, comes to them and pitches them an idea, they're the ones who have to take a step back and say, can we afford that idea? That idea is great, but with overages and everything, we got to budget 6,000 man hours for it, but we only have a 2,000 man hour budget for our next release. So, we can't implement that idea. And something that I've been very hard on with Sandro Marco as his position of being lead designer is that either the result of his game, of the game design issues up until this point, have either been from his own ideas and how to implement things, or he's just not been able to convince other members of management, perhaps Michael Brookes being one of those people, don't know what their internal politics are, that those ideas should be the ones that are implemented first and foremost, where maybe he was being overruled essentially by the producers and executive producers on the series. Either way, my kind of point was maybe he needs to go and they need to get fresh blood in there, because it doesn't matter if it's because of your poor design choices or your inability to convince other people in management that you have the right ideas and concepts that need to be pushed forward. Either way, the result is the same. It is an inferior quality product. And whether or not you needed to get fresh blood in there to either have new ideas, or sometimes you just need fresh blood in there to tell management the same thing, but until they hear it from somebody else, it doesn't click or register with them. A lot of times I've sometimes been hired to be that third opinion, to come in and tell people things that their employees or the people working for them have tried to tell them, but they wouldn't listen. But suddenly I come in as a somewhat independent outside observer and tell them the same thing, and then they finally listen. So it's just one of those things that I've picked up on over the years. And again, I don't know what their internal politics are like, where things go exactly. There have been a couple of names bandied about. I didn't see anything where they had named a new executive producer for the title. Steve Kirby, I think, is in the running, or what many people view as I don't want to say necessarily a safe bet. It wouldn't surprise me that they don't roll out and announce the new executive producer at LaveCon over this weekend. I think it's this weekend. So we might have some more information coming out there on who's going to replace Michael Brookes. And it'll be very interesting to see what this shake-up and how things go into the future, because I'm wondering if some of it isn't also related to the backlash they've gotten from 2.3 from people like me, and the comments that they're going to go back and want to deliver on core gameplay features and flesh those out more beyond 2.4. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the days, weeks, and months to come. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, all of the fun stuff. See you next time.